Yo, yo, what's good, everybody? We live, going live with the MC. This is episode 21, and this episode features a great, I'm not gonna lie, this guy is actually fire. So we just waiting on him to join us. Hope everybody's feeling good. Shout out to Big Knox in the building, AE the Broken Artist, who's actually the guest for the show. Yeah, so this guy that I'm about to introduce to you guys, AE the Broken Artist, he's really an interesting character. Shout out to you, Big Knox. But nah, this guy, he's a really dope character. I enjoy his music. I enjoy his performance vibes. Everything about this dude is just different, you know. So I feel like a lot of people should know who he is. I definitely figured him out through the algorithm. So yeah, I'm gonna introduce my guest, my guy AE, the Broken Artist. Let's get him in the chat right now. Any questions for the guest? At the bottom right, there's a question mark inside of a chat bubble. Send your questions there. I will ask all questions as the interview goes on. What's good, my guy? How
Yo,
you doing? What's the word, man? Welcome to the platform.
yeah, that one.
How you feeling?
What up, bro? Feeling alright. Feeling alright.
Everything is good, man.
Chilling on this snowy day.
That's what's up. I'm about to roll up a nice little spliffity spliff.
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah.
Heard you. My son ready. Um, so yeah, man, everybody, welcome to the show, AE the Broken Artist. Um, why are you broken?
Yo,
Let's just start there. Why are you broken?
I- I've had to answer this question a lot. A lot of people always asking that question. Like, there's nothing broken about you. It's not. It's not a literal thing. It's more of a metaphorical thing. Meaning,
Heard you.
broken part stands for everything that I do. So, like, I am like into all facets of art. It's not just me rapping. I'm rapping, I'm singing, I'm writing, not just for me, for other people,
Right,
doing the visual work, uh like everything else that's in the background.
right.
Like I've broken myself into many hats, you know?
That's an interesting way to put it. I just dropped a piece of weed and I don't know where it went,
Mm-mm.
but it is what it is. Um, nah, so that's dope. So you consider yourself broken into many hats. That's dope. Um, what would you describe your sound as?
Trap jazz.
Trap jazz. I mean, you said it to me before, um, but it's just interesting to hear trap jazz. So, what inspired trap jazz? Like, where did that come from for you?
So it was actually just years of creating to get to that point. Because when I actually started, I was on some like spoof shit, like on some Andy Samberg shit. And you know,
Hmm.
I remember that like on a boat shit with T-Pain.
Right, right.
Yeah, I was on that vibe. But from that, I like saw I could write and actually, started getting beats and started fucking with shit, making mixtapes and stuff. Like when I started recording myself on my MacBook till
Mm,
I got up with somebody when I was in college that actually had a studio and everything just escalated from there.
that's fire,
So like
fire.
it was like starting for real. It was like I was mainly focused on just the bars and stuff. I didn't have the flow yet. So it's like over time I got the flow back into singing. Then my singing got better. But when I don't classify my shit as R&B because I'm like all over the place. So that's where jazz come from. And it
Okay, okay.
slowly got into to the trap of things with everything that goes on. I be spitting about how shit, like it's being like a regular trap that niggas is known about. Like it's my version.
That's dope. So you wasn't like one of those kids who kind of like had an upbringing in music. Like it wasn't like a uh I gotta do this. It started off as as a spoof.
It
You were
wasn't
just making
do
fun of.
it. It actually started before that. I'm just saying when I started recording, that's where I was going with it. But
Ah, got you,
when I
got you.
was let me see, what was that? I want to say either junior high school, elementary, when they first got us into poetry. That's where it started. Cause it started as me just writing down my thoughts and my feelings
Mm,
because I feel like I was like an outcast when I was growing up. So it started with me doing that, and then letting people, not even people, just letting out my thoughts because people wouldn't hear me out when I tried to talk to them, type shit.
right,
From
right.
that from me writing to me writing bars to me recording and actually doing shit from there.
So I gotta ask, uh, when you say people wasn't hearing you out, was you talking too much or was you beating around the bush or I asked because I had this conversation with my niece the other day and she was basically saying the same thing, people don't listen to her or anything like that. So like upon further review, like through conversation, I was just saying, you know what? You end up beating around the bush too much and like not a lot of people want to hear you explain shit all the time. So what was your version of like people not hearing you out?
I was ahead of my time.
Okay, I could live with that.
I saw things, experienced things differently than my peers did, which got me teased a lot and picked on because I
hmm
was different.
I feel that.
So
I feel that.
it's like one of those memes, like be on TikTok type shit, where they have the little kid, and they like when you finally like life finally hits you, and then the guy he's like, "What the fuck? What's going on? Or where are we at?" And then you got the other kids acting foolish and shit. Like that
Right,
shit hit for
right,
me
right.
than everybody else. So like certain
Mm,
that as a kid you ain't really supposed to be paying attention to, I was, and I was figuring that out and like trying to process. And my thing is because I was young, how I was, I guess everybody expect you to be the same as everybody else,
that's a
but
fact.
that wasn't the case.
So how many of those people that said you was a weirdo or you was different or whatever the case is, how many of those people done spun the block now like, yo, AE, I fucks with what you doing? Like, shout out to Hit Room Studios.
Well, I don't really see as many from back then. Like sometimes I run into old people, maybe like they see me doing what I'm doing and it's stuff. Cool. But yeah, I say doing this music shit, bro. Shit like spun a whole 180, bro. Like niggas used to not fuck with me, niggas used to pick with me, not listen to me. Now with this music
Yeah.
shit, niggas is fucking with me all over the fucking country, out of the
hmm
country. Niggas listening to what I got to say,
hmm
and beyond that, being inspired by the shit that I do. So yeah.
That's a fact. That is a whole fact. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, so it seems like we live similar lives on the come up as far as like being different. And I've never understood that whole thing, like why people treat you like that because you're being
Because
different.
they
Like,
don't.
but wouldn't it mean that they're being different? I mean, if that's the case, like we're all doing something differently, and there might be some things that connect us. So
What it is,
you might have had like what?
it's everything that's going on in life is programming, bro. So
hmm
the
hmm
fact that you in a school and they teaching you how to be, and then you have this one person that's acting different. Nah, same, and you a glitch in the program.
Nah, that's a whole fact. Give me 1 second. I'm listening though.
Yeah, you got to think about it that way. Like you the differential, and like, you know, to process that because they're not at that point yet because they're still trying to be a part of what the system is.
That's a fact. Um, but I also at the same time, low key, I never really took offense to being different, Like I kind of did wonder like, yo, why y'all mad for? Like why y'all don't want to rock with me? Like because I'm different. But at the same time, it's just like I realize a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, they have never done. Like these people have never like experienced the type of stuff that I've experienced. They don't think like how I think. They don't move how I move. They don't even walk the same streets that I walk. Like,
Mm.
so I think that's pretty interesting how, you end up being a standout, you know, over years. Like before you're a weirdo, you're an outcast, now you're literally a standout. Like you're doing shit that people have never seen, and I like when people spin the block. I ain't gonna hold you. I like when they come around and be like, "Oh, you was the one," and "Oh, yo, remember when you?" And it's like, "Yeah, I remember you. I definitely remember you." What up, Shaggy? Shout out to everybody tuning in. Y'all know the vibes. If y'all got any questions, bottom right section is a chat bubble with a question mark. Today's guest is AE, the Broken Artist. So if y'all got any questions for the homie, make sure y'all ask him. We gonna be here for a minute. Um. So yeah, trap jazz. Um. What inspired your sound? Like, cause you like, is it trap music and jazz music that's inspiring, or you just labeled your sound as that? But like, where did your sound actually come from?
Life.
Like,
I can't say it's anything specific. It's just life. And I come up with. It's not even like I like listened to something and was like, oh, I want to go that way. Like, nah, like it just came to me.
mm,
Um, it wasn't even. Yeah, it wasn't even like I was like listening to something. It was like, yo, I want to go this route with it. This is what I'm gonna call it. Like, nah, like it's just how I came about it, and it went from me doing it and me performing to like when I started performing, like niggas didn't understand what I was putting out. It's like it's different, but I don't know what to call it. It's not this. It's not what's going on out here. And then I got to keep going. So it went from that to me finding out myself. What do I call it? If niggas don't know what to, if I don't know what to call it, niggas don't know what to call it. So
right.
it just progressed into me doing that. Like I said, when I sing, I don't classify it as R&B. So the next best thing is jazz.
Okay.
So
I mean, because jazz is a little different, It's a little is a different genre. So the fact that you mention that when you actually have bars and melodies is just kind of like interesting.
I feel like with R&B is more R&B was the elevation from jazz. It was but it's more technical, I feel. So
Okay.
it's like you gotta hit this bar this way. You gotta keep the melody a certain way to make it hit a certain way. But with jazz, you like all over the pockets, bro. So it's like instead of conforming to a style, that's where I'm at with it. And I actually have jazz background on my mom's
Talk
side.
about it. Talk about it. What's up?
Uh, Ella Fitzgerald.
Your mom used to do
Hmm?
jazz? Your mom used to do jazz?
No, I said I'm related to Ella Fitzgerald on my mom's side.
Oh, it's fire.
That's one of the
That's
things I
fire.
figure out talking to my grandmother before she passed.
That's tough. That is tough.
See,
So you,
it's
you like
so
grown,
important talking to your grandparents too, finding out information that you wouldn't find out any other way.
nah, for real. And honestly, I wish I was able to have those kind of conversations with my grandmother. Gratefully, I was able to make it to my teenage years, with her still alive. But Um, I feel like when my questions and curiosity really got the best of me, she wasn't around. So it was just like, damn, son, like I had so much that I wanted to know. Like, but nah, that's pretty dope to have some like musical history in the family. I think a lot of us tend to follow in the footsteps, whether we know it or not. Like, I would never know if there was anyone in my family that was heavy on music. I know my older brother, he used to rap. And when I was younger, like before I started rapping, I never said I to this day, I still, never wanted to be a rapper. It just wasn't like like it wasn't a thing for me. Oh shit, he cut out. What's good, my boy? Um, Damn, my fault, y'all. I don't know what happened with the guest. Let me see if I can get him in there. My fault, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Uh, okay, there he goes. I'm waiting for him to come back in. Oh, there we go.
Second, my bad, bro.
Damn, you banged it on me. That's crazy. But nah, yeah, like I never wanted to be an artist, it just kind of like found me kind of thing. So, um, it's pretty interesting like how people get to where they are, like especially when you look at the work that they do. Like when I listen to your music, it's kind of like I assumed you had an upbringing in music, like it was a heavy upbringing. Like maybe by the time you were 2 years old, you were already in the studio type shit. Like I mean, judging by the way that you like your knowledge for music,
That's just how I gravitate to it.
I feel that. So talk about that. Like how did you become so interested in like the makings of music?
So
Like creating music, yeah, cool, but like again, you're in tune with a lot of shit musically from engineering, like you learn pitches and frequency and like things of that nature. So talk about that.
all right, so when I was younger, what's crazy is I didn't like really get into hip hop till I was older. I want to say I was like teenage, preteen. That was when I had my own little boombox with my CDs to get into music and shit. But before that, I do a lot of road trips and stuff with my family. Uh, so when we was out on the road, we would listen to like old school R&B and soul music, Earth, Wind and Fire, Temptations. That's what I was brought up on. So I was already influenced by like hitting notes and doing certain shit. So I used to sing a lot when I was younger, and I was in the choir at one point too.
Fire.
So it went from that to basically what's crazy is when I went into junior high school, I was told I could double major. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do music and art because I draw too. But then
Fire.
when I got like, oh, you can only do one. So what had happened was at that point in time, I had like lost one of my uncles, and he was heavy. He got me into art, but he was heavy with the painting and the artistic shit. It was crazy. Like his shits was wild, but he didn't get to really, proceed on that because he was part of that street life.
Right.
So I ended up just doing the art, as like my form of like dedicating shit to him type shit, like
Right.
carry torch. So that went on through high school. Um, and then after high school, I had got back into doing music and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I started, recording myself. And then, like I said, met up with people. And then from there, started working with different engineers and shit. So it's like it's just a accumulation of over time understanding and trying to figure out new shit. Not just going record it and then that's it. Like I've always been open to learning new shit. So me working with so many people over the years is just me fine tuning my craft at the same time. So
Right.
that's me figuring out what I want and what I want to put together what I'm doing, uh, how I hear shit. Like that's just over the years me listening to shit, seeing how I don't want shit, seeing how I could have shit, how shit could be, and just yeah, staying open to elevation, bro. Like a lot of people feel like when they get to a certain point, they just stop where they at, but it's like
Right.
always something new you can learn.
That's a fact. I feel that. I feel that. Word. Well, nah, that's dope, man. That's really dope. I low key, wanted to get into like recording myself. I did buy all of my equipment. I did set it up, but I wasn't able to like really like get into like recording too much. I did discover like producing. I was able to make my first two beats. Um,
Oh,
so I found a little love in producing. I thought that was pretty dope. It was a great experience. Get out the camera. Um, but I thought that was a really dope experience and shit. Learning how to produce and all that. So it's dope, like you said, when you learn something new. Like it's an open world. Like you really don't have to limit yourself at all. Like so. Nah, it's pretty dope that you taught yourself how to record because I think that's one of the most important things. Especially when you got a lot of engineers. Come on, bro, you about to knock my phone over. Come on, get out. All right, bye. Come on. No, no, you destroying shit now. Sorry, my fault, y'all. All right, bye. Get out of here. Um, but that's the most important thing, learning how to know your sound. You have a lot of engineers out here who are just money hungry, like they think that just because they got a studio that you need them, and it's just like I,
facts,
you
and that
know,
bro. It's about finding
yeah,
a person that's going to actually, hear what you're trying to do and be there to actually make it come to life,
right,
not toward you.
for sure. Ah, my bad. This cat is gangster, She don't really listen. Her and her brother don't really listen too much. They still kittens, so they learn, look, like come right back. Put them down and come right back. But yeah, it's dope for you to know your sound and master your sound. Let's just say that because I know a lot of people now that still don't even know they sound. Bro, get out of here. I'm working. But
That's what it was all about too. Not getting lost in what everybody else is doing, and then just trying to like focus
yep,
on what I'm trying.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Because I've been around those engineers as well too. And I used to always wonder like how come like well, it wasn't until I started going to, let's just say, the Hit Room, for example. It wasn't until I started going to that studio where I'm doing my verse and the dude straight cuts me off. Nope, do it better. And I'm like, the fuck, bro? Like, let me rap. Like, so I'm rapping again. Nope, you said it grittier last time. You go again and cut it off. Nope. Yo, listen, this part right here, you went a little faster last time. I feel like it's supposed to be this way. Yo, this part right here, you set it a higher pitch. Keep it there. This part, like you so you're right. Finding the right engineer who's actually going to help you for the money that you're paying them. That's amazing. Um, so that's a word of advice for anyone that's still going to studios. You didn't join the interview late. This is definitely on time, perfect timing. Shout out to my guy Luke Evans though. He's He's a dope producer, artist,
Uh,
singer, whatever you want to call him. He's just like you, basically,
record
from London.
thing itself. Not at the moment. I do have it set up in the crib right now to record, but the way I do shit, I'd rather have shit like not done, but somewhat mixed. I'm not on that level right now. What it was is when I started, that's what I was doing just to push it out and experiment. But then when I started working with other producers, that just made things a little bit easier. When I dropped my first album, I produced everything. Um, but from me doing that, that got me a bunch of shows and got me connected with new producers. Shout out Kef Life. Um, and then from there, me and bro just been like putting out tapes and shit. So I've been like co-producing type shit. Yeah.
That's dope. Um, Before I go into my next question, Jay Dow, shout out to Jay Dow. He has a question for you. He says, "Who's your top five MCs?"
Ah. um. Well, like I said, when I started getting into it was later on. So when I first started listening, Eminem is definitely on my list. Um, J. Cole. I'm gonna go back. Big Daddy Kane.
Okay.
Mm, Kanye. Mm. Oh, Andre.
M. Cole, King, Ye, 3K. That's a dope five. So are they always in your top five? Because I know, like our top five could like tend to switch. Are they always there, or like do you kind of like switch them around? I guess depending on who's asking the question.
Over the years, it's changed. Yeah. Uh,
Okay,
but right now, it's been recently. Yeah, that's the list.
I feel
It, dep-
that.
it depends too because he said MCs. Some people say rapper. Some people say artist.
Yeah,
So the
understood. Yeah,
list.
yeah, yeah. Facts. I'm glad you understand the difference. Word. Like like it's crazy because it's like when I tell people like my stage name is MC Reefer and then they follow up with the like what kind of music do you make? I'm like MC?
Fact.
Like, yeah, like come on, that didn't like give you enough, like, not to say it like that, but it's like I feel like some people, should be well adversed in music. If they're willing to talk music with you, I feel like they should know something.
Yeah.
If like they don't gotta know everything, just something. Like, let's have an actual conversation here. Like um I mean, granted, there's certain like years of music I can't even speak on because, I might not be like knowledgeable of, but I could talk albums, I could talk impact, I can talk longevity. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different things I can talk about with like certain artists, or even just within the music industry itself, but a lot of people just kind of like,
See, like, yeah, I could tell you this because you would understand, but a lot of people won't. Like, I got to perform in front of Grandmaster Flash twice.
wow.
Yeah. But some
Did
people
you
are like, who
did,
that?
did you bomb it?
Huh?
Did you bomb
I
it?
took that shit, bro. Got a photo with that nigga twice. I didn't win because they had like it was like the motherfucker that won, he had like set up like dances and shit and
Mm,
all that.
mm.
You know, I was like dolo.
Yeah, it's always someone that goes above and beyond.
Facts, but I still got recognized though.
Nah, that's all. that matters, honestly. I realize that with the big competitions, it's like if you don't win, at least make sure you get into the top consideration.
Exactly.
So that way, like people talking about you, like, oh, that person though, right there, even though he didn't win, he went off. Like as long as you in the top considerations, you considered a winner, bro. You're a winner because
Nah,
mad opportunities come from that, and people don't talk about that. They just automatically label you a loser. Oh, you didn't win, you lost. No, I didn't lose. I just ended up on a different path, and people, or matter of fact, I'm on the right path. I wasn't meant to win this right here, but I'm about to win at something else.
nah, that's facts.
I'm about to win at something else right now.
Over the years, that has been different. So like when I started performing and shit, and that wasn't the case because I was just getting into it. So niggas wasn't really getting too much of a mention about shit. But yeah,
Right.
I go on. Yeah, I've been part of the finals a couple times, but motherfuckers be either it depends. Some shows niggas already got the winner set up.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Some
Yes.
shows motherfuckers actually came to win, bro. They got motherfuckers in the background. They bought people to fucking, especially if it's the shows where they doing the crowd shit. They bought people. Like that's always what it been. I be on my dolo shit, but yet still rock the shit to a point where niggas mention me like, yo, this nigga went off. But we gotta give it to this nigga because he had the crowd or he did this.
But
Like
I hate
that's
those because
the
it's like
experience, bro.
I hate those because he had the crowd shits. Because it's like sometimes niggas be bringing their crowds and don't even be wooing them. Like
Nah, fact.
they bring their crowd and then their crowd is just kind of like, I came for you though. I came for you though, bro. You did that. I came for you. Like, but then because I've been there. I've been there recently actually. Last year I did I didn't join the contest willingly. Like I signed up for the show, but they didn't tell me until I got to the show that it was a contest.
Yeah, I had a couple
And when they
like what the fuck?
yeah, and when they told me what was on the line, that's when I was like, "Oh, I bet. Let's do it." I mean, the first time I joined one of these competitions, I ain't gonna lie, I probably should have beat up the promoter then. Like I mean, I ran into him in a future showcase, and he ended up again moving Waukee, and I wanted to beat him up at this showcase, but it just shows me I should have done it at the first one. Um,
You know, you wanna listen. This is when I figured out this story crazy. This is when I figured out that majority of these shits is staged. What was this? This was 2000. I want to say like between 15, 16. This is when I was going on tour with this group, Ninja Nation. Shout out my homie Sets.
mm,
We was and his was crazy. At this point in time, this is before motherfuckers really had venues like that. So we was really performing in strip clubs type shit. Uh, why not only did they allow this little 10-year old into the fucking, I want to say 10, maybe 13-year old into the venue? Nah, she was younger than that. But still, not only did they let her in to perform, how the fuck she win? This is the motherfucking promoter's niece, bro. How she win? I get getting her in to give her some exposure to perform,
the
but how
promoter's
give her
niece,
the fucking win,
the
bro?
promoter's niece.
Yes, bro. From then on, I was like, yo, I hate competition performances.
Yeah, I don't compete. Call it what you want. I ain't competing against nobody.
That's not what I'm doing this for, bro. Like that's what like really showed me what I'm really doing this for, and to double down on me doing this shit for the love of the music, bro. Cause
100%.
what? Nah,
100%.
How'd she get in?
Now I ain't gonna lie. I've been in some competitions where I lost by someone that came to win, and I didn't feel bad.
Yeah, see those that's different. I understand. That's what I'm saying. Like niggas actually came to win. Got a whole show. They got everybody with them and shit. You know what's crazy?
Mm,
I actually before she was famous, one of the competition stages that I did, um, I performed on the same stage as Young and May.
that's fire.
That was literally the summer before she got famous.
That's fire. And what she came through and tore it up or something?
Yeah, she won that night. That was look, back then I didn't realize it, but that was obviously the start of her coming up.
What was it staged or do you think that one was staged? Because she could have had like a low key buzz type
It,
shit. Not to take
that's what
away from her
it
winning,
could have
but
been both
shout out to
ways.
Cat Jack.
They knew she was coming and they purposely gave her the win to boost her shit up. Like that's what I'm saying. Like back then I took it like what the fuck, but now I understand that was her come up. So motherfuckers probably
Mm,
could have staged that shit for her to fucking win. But
so that.
at the same time, it's not like she didn't deserve it. She went up there and wilded the fuck out.
Mm.
She was killing it. I'm not gonna lie, but that was before she was famous. Like
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. And you know, there's an artist that I know. I'm not gonna shout his name, you know, because I don't want him to get in trouble. But he put me on to that because he won a few competitions that way. Um, so he got like, you know, he got like a little internet buzz. You know, um, I wouldn't say in person is the same way because I've been to a few of his shows, you know, and I didn't see too many people show up. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe they both could have been, you know, coincidences. I don't know. But um, yeah, he won both of those shows. And we talking like $1,000, you know, recording session, shit like that. And I'm like, wow, like I'm glad I wasn't in that because if I what,
been
like I'd have been pissed. But I've been there, you know, I've been into those situations and it just don't feel right, especially when you know you coming outside and you doing better than a lot of these artists, and especially the person that won, you know damn well they don't deserve to win. Like you might have good music, but how did you perform that shit? Like you feel me? Like
that's what I'm
so that segues into the next question that I wanted to get to. Um so I was at your show last night, the Space Gallery. I think that's pretty dope. First off, you get to have your own set. There's
yeah.
nobody else performing. It's just you. What was that? A 20-minute set? 30 minutes?
It was 20.
Okay, you get you a little 20-minute
I
set, and
could have
you.
won.
I feel
But
that you definitely could have, but you know you balled out on your 20-minute set, and that was dope. You know, it was an intimate um venue. You know, everyone get to come around and be here with you. Not like no huge arena where you gotta like look at the jumbo to see what the crowd looking like type shit. You know, so um,
soon to come though. Soon to come. Putting that out there.
nah, that's dope for sure, for sure. But how did you get ready for a performance? What's your routine?
Well, it depends. Um, I guess on the set. So see, like even with that last night, I didn't know what the vibes was gonna be before I got there. So if I did,
Mm.
I would have like probably did a different set or maybe like a few different songs. Um, yeah. Usually, if I have prior knowledge to what I'm getting
Wait,
into.
you never been there
No, I
before?
was there. I was there before, but I didn't know they I didn't. I was there when they had it set up like that with the stage and shit. I didn't know how. Yeah. So yeah, usually if I know what the vibes gonna be prior to, and depending on how long my set gonna be, that's what it really is. I've been like straying away from doing as many of the 5-6 minute sets and actually doing things with full sets recently
Mm.
because I feel like it's not enough, especially when I perform. Like doing 2 songs don't be enough. Doing 1 song don't be enough. I'd be like, nah, I need like a whole set. So that's what I'm like mainly trying to get into now
Is that
is
a
doing.
general or that's like that's what it is for
What
you?
you mean?
Set times. Like,
Yeah, it's
okay, so
only the 5 to 6 minute sets, 2 to 1 song shits. But recently, from last year, been getting more into doing the full sets and actually getting people to book me for full sets and shit. Cause
so that
I don't know.
nah. I feel you. So I actually started off like most of my performances, actually from the very first time that I performed, I've always had like 15, 20, 30 minute sets. But the thing was is that I was never ready for those moments, you know? Like I was like my stage fright was crazy back then, you know, like so I was getting through most of the set, but then I would like freeze up, I would forget my lyrics, like I you know, like I like my thing is I wouldn't move on stage. I would like just like stand in one spot and not look at
Mm.
people, you know, nothing like that. So you know, things like that kind of like damaged it, you know, but nowadays I'll be ready for it. Like, you know, and I agree with you. I don't really like the 1 or 2 song sets. However, depending on the vibe, totally down
Yeah,
for it. Give me 1 song. I bet you I get the whole crowd lit. I'll make you want to like kind of book me again. And when you want to book me again, I need a bigger set.
no, I feel you on that. Shit definitely different on that aspect. As far as doing it, that's not a problem. But it's just like I'm in the mood to do more now.
Nah, I feel that. I guess I guess depending on who it is and whatever, you know, they're presenting to you, you know, you can definitely use it as leverage for sure. And this is all what I'm recently learning. Like I wish people were telling me to do this back then. Like, you know, but before I was just kind of like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. You know, I'll just do it because, you know, and the good thing about it back then though is that I was actually gaining supporters. Like, you know, like every time I performed, even if it was just 1 or 2 people, you know, like there were people in the crowd. Yo, I like your shit, and they actually like staying tuned in, you know, over the years. You know, like I have I would say it's a cult following, I guess. You know, like maybe there's probably about a good 20 people. You know, so if I throw out a show right now, if I put on a show right now, I could probably pull out 20 people if I give them adequate warning. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Good timing and all that. But um, yeah, man, I guess it all depends on again who's throwing the show because a lot of these promoters they known for doing weird shit and it throws off the whole event. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
who
So shit like that.
show I'm doing, being hella specific on what shows I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure. For
Because
sure.
I'm where I pull up to shit, even if I'm not performing, motherfuckers see me. It's like, oh, you performing? It's like, nah, not tonight. So it's like
Yeah,
I've hit a demand basically. It's just about fucking putting that shit together.
that's
Uh,
the biggest thing.
Other show soon too. With the weather
I'm
to get.
actually performing tonight at Pianos.
All right.
Yeah. It's my first show of the year, so uh, uh it was last minute, you know, I just found out about it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Okay.
But the good thing about it is that, you know, this is what good people want. And two, um, I like as I grow as an artist, you know, I become better at like certain things like memorizing my lyrics, performing, you know, things like that just kind of become like a little easier
I
to
know
me. Like
you was just asking me. 'Cause I know we just like sidetracked it for a second.
your routine for performing.
Yeah. When it comes to what I, like I said, it depends on all of that. But if it's like a full set, like um, like I said, like if I know what I'm getting into or not, I like set up what I'm performing. Sometimes I have backups just in case I gotta switch it up. Um, but yeah, that whole day up until the show, I'm like basically listening to the songs.
Mm,
Sure, I'm in it. Uh, I'm like literally in here performing for myself,
mm.
trying to figure out how I go about things.
I
If I'm
feel
gonna say it this way, if I'm gonna hit it with this tone, if I'm gonna move that way. Yeah, I'd be calculated with shit. For real.
I feel that. I feel that. Um, yeah, nah, for real, man. I think rehearsing is very important for sure. You know, especially when you want to like really connect with people. You know, like because like you never know who's actually listening to your shit. Like, you know, like people might hit you up, you know, and be like, yo, I found your music here, or it might be people you know, like, yo, this song was fire, whatever. But like when you go to shows, like you be meeting people, you know, who you didn't even know was like rocking with your shit. Like I've since the last year and a half, I've been meeting people who've known me and I don't even know them, you know, so it's just kind of like, wow, that's pretty dope. You know, like it's happening. You know, like people are starting to take notice to you, and I think that's happening with a lot of us quality artists. You know, like yourself. Um, so have you met anyone that's just kind of like, yo, but you don't know who they are, you ain't never met them.
It's a mix of everything. It's a mix of like people I don't really talk to that I know, but if I see them, they like, yo, I see you doing this. It's a mix of uh yeah, I listen to, your music or my friend put me on. Uh then you got the old heads that see it but don't know the comment and everything. So when they see you in person, it's like, yeah, I see you, young buck, do the thing.
That's dope. So I actually discovered you through YouTube, or but before you know, the homie put me on to you, Wild Heart. Um, I was on YouTube or whatever because I like to listen to a lot of underground artists. I'll go through the whole rabbit hole, bro. And then I'm trying to remember what song it was by you. I don't remember the name of the song, but um, it came on, and I was just listening to you. I don't remember even the song or whatever, honestly. So if my YouTube didn't get all if all my shit never got hacked or whatever, I would have been able to pull up everything for
Yeah.
you to show you, you know. But uh I can't remember everything. But all I know is the name. You feel me? So I saw the name a few times and then I go on Instagram. This is when algorithms start picking up. You feel me? So shit is
Mhm.
like hitting. So I just started seeing it, you know, and I think you dropped a few. I think you dropped what was that? SOM2 at the time,
Mm.
probably. So shout out to Ray Clouds in the building. But yeah, so around that time, I guess you know you was just like you was hitting an algorithm. You know, hashtags were like really like a thing back then as well too.
Facts.
Um,
Switch this shit up again.
Yeah, but then when the homie put me on to you, I was just like, wow, like that's interesting. Like, yo, I was actually checking you out on YouTube. Like I said, the same thing to them. Like, I was just checking you out. Um, and then it was interesting, sorry, how we met, you know, so in person. So, it, it was just really dope, you know, like just being able to like, I guess, see someone and like witness the dopeness, like how it's going along,
Type
kind of thing. Um,
shit, but to meet them.
yeah, from my perspective, as a as a fan or a supporter, just kind of like, yo, wow, I actually met this dude, and now to see you and you're like still going
Yeah,
strong, it's like,
yeah.
yo, this is pretty dope, you know. So, yeah, nah, that's really dope, man. I think you going back to the show last night as well too. You know, I was just kind of like surprised how there wasn't really anyone there. Like I don't know if you like promoted it or what, but it was just
So, like homie said, it was like the first thing for the year. It wasn't really set.
yeah, but
Like
it was a free show.
I got hit up randomly, and it was like, "Yo, you want to do this?" But I guess it wasn't enough time for them to get
How
everything together.
how long did you have to promote it?
Literally this week, I got the flyer this week. Is what I'm trying to say.
How
So
many days?
2.
Come on, that's good enough, bro. In one in one day, in one day, I would have ran through. Because I'm not gonna hold you. I get it. I understand. I totally understand. But
When did
me personally, I would have
was,
ran through
was
my
that still?
contacts, my phone contacts, my
When,
Instagram followers. I would have ran through everybody, like yo, because I mean, I guess it's fair to say because you said you didn't know the vibes, you didn't know what it would be like, but I don't know, bro. I feel like that was
no,
I mean again I don't know how you promoted it, but the way you hit me up and you said, "Hey, I got a show tonight," and I was like, "Yo, I'm there." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Fuck it." I want to know why nobody else was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm worried about. How come nobody else was like
like
me?
I said, everybody else I hit up. It's not like I didn't hit people up, but motherfuckers either working. It was other people that was supposed to show up too, didn't hit me back.
But then that means that they wasn't gonna show up. Like that's how I see it, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Like if somebody says they're gonna show up, they're gonna show up and they're gonna make sure that you know that they're gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I've been surprised sometimes. There's been some people who, you know, I guess maybe I didn't hit them up and I kind of was just thinking like, damn, I should hit this person up. And they end up popping up to the show. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so you do, you do know, you do fuck with me type shit. Like, but honestly, and I don't be taking it personal, anymore. I used to, obviously, in the beginning, knowing these people, like, yo, how come you don't come to my show and you know me type
I
shit.
don't take
But shout out to Black Max. What up, Black Max? This is going live with the MC. Welcome to the show. Um, but like I used to take it personal with shit like that, but now I just kind of like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'll see you at the next one. I'll see you at the next one.
no, that's fact.
But
I know how to set up is everything, and next time they set things up is not till next month. So now I got way more time to actually promote this shit.
it'd be certain shows. All right, so I understand the timing to promote. Timing to promote is definitely big for sure. Like that's a heavy for sure. That's a heavy thing. But I feel like certain situations, like again, you got hit randomly with a 20-minute performance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
From battery.
um, but yeah, you just kind of like, I guess, at certain points in your career, like I guess maybe you feel like certain people should already be hip to the wave kind of thing. I mean, it's got the setup in the background. Is that you on a TV on a screen?
You just now realizing that.
No, I think I realized it a while ago, but now I have the chance to ask.
Yeah, I got my videos played in the background.
That's dope. That's dope. My guy's marketing. He outside. Um,
I feel you on that. This is why I say if I had a little bit more time, it would have been way more people there. But that's because I know people that I'm inviting, motherfuckers gotta work, they gotta do shit, they gotta set time aside. So it's like me knowing that I know I gotta hit people ahead of time.
I feel that. I feel that for sure. I mean, that's how I feel about my posse as well too. I gotta definitely let people
Another
know at least like 3 weeks,
at the same time,
3 weeks in advance.
I didn't know I didn't know at the time that it was just me that was performing until I got there.
Mm, that part.
Exactly. See, that's a whole different type of promotion.
That part. Damn. That part.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the case. So knowing now, we're gonna do something different for the next one. But
Nah, they better give you a round two.
oh, of course. Oh, yeah,
Word.
with them to do some merch and shit too. So
Oh, that's tough.
we gonna have
That's tough.
a little
Yeah, nah, they was telling me how they do clothing and all types of shit like that. But yeah, man. I'm not gonna hold you too long, man. I know you said you was on limited timing.
where
I just want to say I appreciate you for coming through to the show. We do this every Wednesday and Friday for anybody that's watching. Um, this is AE the Broken Artist. He does trap jazz music. He's one of a kind, man. If y'all haven't heard the album, The Unexpected Volume 3, he's on two of those tracks. He just dropped his own recent project, SOM3, State of Mind 3. It's on all streaming platforms.
X
Make sure you tap in with this guy. He does visual arts as well, too.
back.
He's good with the camera. So he's nice with the vocals. He's good with the edits. You heard. So tap in with this guy.
Facts.
Um, thank you for coming on to the show, man.
Bro, anytime.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
We gotta get up and work on that video next.
Oh yeah. We definitely gonna tap in and work chat about that for sure. We got some videos coming to our singles as well too. So y'all stay tuned. We working.
Back.
You gotta tap out. What's good, 81? Hey, yo, 81, make sure you tap in every Wednesday and Friday. I do this different times of the day. I know you in the UK, but every Wednesday and Friday, I have a different guest and we just talk, we chop it up, they drop gems. You know what I'm saying? It is a very good platform for you to learn something about the industry, whatever you want to know, you can get all your answers, here every Wednesday, every Friday. I always got a dope guest. I have had people from the UK. You can also be one of them. But yeah, man, this is the platform going live with the MC. This is episode 21. That was AE the Broken Artist. And I'm signing out. I'll see y'all next week.